U.S. is going to send a missile-armed submarine to the Middle East. 3 countries asked Iran to refrain from attacking Israel. South Korea and the United States are going to conduct military exercises. Dega Damot, the land of heroes, continues to write history with his blood, just like yesterday. Hello, how are you? We have started delivering the daily information from Amhara Press to you. Stay tuned by subscribing and sharing. The U.S. is going to send a missile-armed submarine to the Middle East. The Pentagon has also announced that it is ready to provide any support to protect Israel. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has ordered a missile-armed submarine to be sent to the Middle East. The minister also ordered the Lincoln A aircraft carrier, named after former U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, to arrive in the Middle East as soon as possible. The current whereabouts of the USS Lincoln, which will replace the USS Theodore Roosevelt in the Asia-Pacific, are unknown. The Pentagon ordered submarines and aircraft carriers to rush to the area after Iran was said to be finalizing its preparations to take action against Israel, which it blames for the assassination of Hamas political bureau chief Ismail Haniyeh. Reuters reports that Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant had a telephone consultation with his American counterpart, Lloyd Austin, yesterday evening. During that conversation, Austin said the U.S. would take any action to defend Israel from Iranian aggression, a Pentagon spokesman Major Gen. Pet Ryder Said. The Pentagon spokesman did not say when the USS Georgia submarine, which the U.S. Defense Secretary ordered to start a trip to the Middle East, would arrive in the region. In addition to its warships, the United States is deploying more fighter jets to repel its ally Israel from a potential attack, the Associated Press reported. Iran's national television released images yesterday showing weapons being prepared to deliver a severe punishment to Israel, including a stealth attack missile. The deputy commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards said they are awaiting orders from Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei to carry out the retaliation against Tel Aviv. Israel has been making strong preparations to counter Tehran's move to avenge Ismail Haniyeh's murder 2 weeks ago. 3 countries asked Iran to refrain from attacking Israel. France, Germany, and the United Kingdom (UK) have called on Iran and its allies to refrain from attacking Israel. In a joint statement issued by the countries regarding the situation in the Middle East, they asked Iran and its allies to refrain from attacks that exacerbate regional tensions and hinder ceasefire efforts. The statement came amid heightened tensions between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah. Iran and its allies will be held responsible for any actions that undermine the possibility of peace and stability in the region, the statement said. Countries expressed that they welcome the tireless efforts of Qatar, Egypt, and the United States to achieve a ceasefire and the release of hostages. These countries also supported the call of Qatari Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Egyptian President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, and the United States to start urgent negotiations. Israel's security says Iran could attack Israel within days. It is feared that the attack could flare up before the start of Gaza ceasefire talks on Thursday and negatively affect talks between Israel and Iran. Recently, Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of the Palestinian militant group Hamas, was killed in Tehran, the capital of Iran, and Shakar, the top military commander of Hezbollah, was killed in a suburb of Beirut. Iran and Hamas have threatened to retaliate against Israel, which they blame for the killings. Israel, which immediately announced the killing of Shakar, believed it was the duration of Haniyeh's murder. The U.S. has announced the deployment of more warships to the Middle East following the escalation of tensions in the region. Israel has imposed a travel ban on its Air Force soldiers. The country imposed the ban on its soldiers because they could be the target of an Iranian attack. 10 months ago, the Middle East war broke out after Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israeli soil. Israel, which claimed that 1,200 people were killed by Hamas, killed the organization's political and military leaders 2 weeks ago. This war, which started in Gaza, is constantly changing and spreading to Lebanon and Yemen, and there is a threat that it may expand to other areas. In particular, the killing of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh, who was on his way to Tehran to attend the birthday of Iran's president-elect, has created more tension. Iran, in whose territory the killing took place, blamed Israel and threatened to punish Israel and take action. Israel has announced that it is on alert for attacks by militants from Iran, Hezbollah, and other countries. Other countries, including Egypt and Jordan, have already warned that they will repel airstrikes directed at Israel. Meanwhile, Israel has warned its Air Force soldiers against traveling to foreign countries, fearing that the soldiers may be targeted by Iran and its allies. For its part, the United States has already sent more weapons to the area to protect Israel from attack, and it has been decided to send more modern weapons, Reuters reported. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken warned last week that Iran and its allies would launch a coordinated attack on Israel within 3 days. South Korea and the United States are going to conduct military exercises. South Korea and the United States will begin annual drills next week to counter a growing cyber and military attack from North Korea, officials said today. It is said that the exercise of the two countries, called Ulchi Shield of Freedom, will be held from August 19 to 29. The exercise comes as North Korea continues to develop its nuclear and missile programs and is seeking to launch reconnaissance satellites. The military of the two countries said in a statement that the exercise will cover all aspects of threats, including the threat of a North Korean missile attack, jamming, cyber attacks, and lessons learned from recent events. Tensions between South Korea, which has sided with the US, and North Korea, which has recently signed a military alliance with Russia, have been seen. Dega Damot, the land of heroes, continues to write history with his blood, just like yesterday. Since August 5, 2016, Abiy Ahmed's Throne Guard army marched with the help of Zu-23 and many other group weapons to control Gudbasikil. Until now, he is being crushed by his heroes in Amarafano, Gojum, and Dega Damot Brigade. We are working to organize 12 sections in Wolo into 4 corps. So far we have established 3 corps. Next, we will organize the divisions and battalions in the West Wolo area into a corps, announced the leaders of Amhara Fano in Wolo. The Amhara Fano Showa command announced that the regime, which has given up hope in fighting, is working to hijack the struggle by creating a religious and ethnic conspiracy. We have heard that Abiy's murderous gang, which is thirsty for the blood of innocents, has launched a slander campaign against Fano by carrying out mass murders against the Oromo natives of Showa. Amhara Fano Showa, who gave an explanation on this and related issues, condemned the massacre and exposed the conspiracy of the regime. Fano Abdullah Idris, head of public relations of the Amhara Fano Showa EZ, said in a telephone conversation with Roa that it has been 2 years since the regime declared an official war on the Amhara people and that it has failed in its attempt to create a religious division. Starting from saying that Fanon is of orthodoxy, he went to great lengths to hide the struggle by deploying many spies, but he also revealed that he was humiliated because it did not bring results. The spokesman said that Abiy's group, whose religious conspiracy has repeatedly failed, is now playing the ethnic card and making the Amhara struggle a breeding ground for ethnic conflict. Fano Abdullah, who said that the regime massacred many innocent Oromo people in Ajir area near Menjar, using Fano's clothes and materials, pointed out that the killing was horrible. He also pointed out that he is preparing to launch an attack on the Amhara natives in the Oromia region by dragging the fight into the Amhara-Oromo conflict. The spokesperson of the Amhara Fano Shua command condemns this massacre and called that we must thwart the conspiracy of this terrible group. He also underlined that Fano's army has absolutely refrained from attacking the brotherly Oromo people. It has been reported that the regime's army has been killed and wounded in a major battle in North Wolo Raya Kobo and Kobo City. Fano Ways Kabeda, the campaign department of the Amara Fano, said that the regime's army was killed and wounded in a fierce battle with the army of Baranu Jula in the Wa and Karaila mountains between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. yesterday. Fano Ways Kabeda added that although the regime's army was supported by Zu-23 and ironclad tanks, the Amhara Fano could not withstand the flames. In the same news, Amara Fano's Kalakorma regiment in Wolo, August 6, 2016, on August 6, 2016, at 12 o'clock in the morning in Raya Kobo Rabat area. The commander-in-chief said that the soldiers of Baranu Jula, who had been entrenched in the mountain for months, suddenly opened fire and were attacked by lightning. Half were captured, half dead and wounded. The fort has been destroyed and many equipments have been put in, without the crown. 14 members of the Central Committee announced their withdrawal from the conference. 14 members of the TPLF Central Committee, including the president of Tigray's interim administration, Getachew Reda, announced that they will not participate in the party's conference. We will not participate in a conference to destroy the TPLF, in a joint statement broadcast on Tigray television.
The members of the Central Committee who issued the statement are Getachew Reda, Baine Mekru, Kandeya Gebreyevat, Hagos Godefai, Juliet Kase, Berhan Gebreyesus, Solomon Marsho, Shishai Mereza, Haptu Kiros, Redai Halefom, Nega Asefa, Gebreyevet Gebrekzer, Rufael Schiefere, Rusku Alemau.
A certain group of the TPLF said that they will not participate because they intend to hold the conference outside of the TPLF system. According to the members, it is not appropriate for the TPLF to plan to hold a conference without solving the problem with the National Election Board related to registration. According to the revised Election, Political Parties Registration and Electoral Ethics Amendment Proclamation, the Election Board made a decision to register the TPLF as a party in special circumstances. Although the TPLF requested the return of its legal personality, the board stated that there is no procedure to restore the legal personality without special registration in the amended decree. The TPLF Vice Chairman Otto Getham and TPLF as an organization did not accept the decision of the election board. According to the members, entering the assembly in this situation will bring the TPLF and the people of Tigray into crisis. Otto Getham said that he will not participate in the assembly 2 days ago. Otto Getachew announced that he would not participate in the conference on August 2, 2016, in a letter written to TPLF Chairman Debretsion Gabriel, Dr., and to the chairman of the party's Control Commission, Otto Tekelbaron Araya. The organizational meeting of the TPLF was supposed to be held 3 years ago, but the leaders of the organization have been withering and not held, Otto Getachew mentioned in his letter.